its mandate. So I think we have to not accept that, but we have to realize that it's very, very hard to reconstruct life on a reserve. And what do you do with all the money? Many of the reserves are in rural areas. How do you go about building schools and systems of government? But money has to be provided for clean water. Water is a right for every human being. If some of the native chiefs have misused it, then the First Nations people, they will care for that, and they will make sure that those chiefs are not re-elected. But the same thing happens in Toronto and in Montreal. The mafia is involved in all kinds of things. Of course we have to, but not be prejudiced by the fact that some native chiefs have misused their authority. But by and large, most native chiefs are working for the good of their people. And so we can't go from one or two cases to the majority, because that's not the case. But native self-government is going to have to mature, like all forms of government, and so there'll be some mistakes along the way. But they have to be in charge.
My country, everybody like to be in power, and when they are in control of power and resources, then I think I can say that half of them will go for corruption. This is the fact of, I don't know, human or some people, whatever, but this is the reality. But still, I'm pro some institutions such as Anti-Corruption Commission. There should be an accountability mechanism. And even those individuals, they should be brought to justice, and they should be accountable of their deeds. And we cannot leave those people whatever they are going to do or they wish to do. And I'm pro good education for everybody, but the people who suffer, they have to have good education, because they should be role models. They should be the ones who should be the leaders. Like some of us, we had the privilege to have good education, go to good schools. We bloom up. Like we did a lot of big things in the history. Like the children who went to Harvard University are not the same who are going to very normal college, because the level of education is better. They learn better and better. So I'm very pro this suggestion. But how it will happen, it is depend on the people who control the wealth. They should sponsor them. They should facilitate this. Like how some of us, we are billionaires or millionaires, and with a small share of a small amount of money, we could make a big change in the life of individuals who could contribute for betterment of human.
I think you're absolutely right. It's not about our chiefs maturing or our people maturing. It's about governments fulfilling the need of, like you said, we all have the right to clean drinking water. There's still a number of reserves out there. It's high. The number of reserves that have boil water advisories is high. And what has the Harper government done about that? Nothing in his era. So I hopefully Trudeau will look at that, because it should be a right, but it ain't. We take it all for granted. But a lot of the reserves out there still don't have that drinking water. They're under boil water advisory. And like you said, it's still being mentioned for how many years now? It's been a long, it's been ever since I was a kid. I've heard all that stuff watching APTN news, so or listening to the news from my family, right? So it's sad, but it's still reality. Right?
Yeah. Well, for me, I heard these stories before. I think we need to get rid of the Indian Act, and also there's a lot of nepotism on the reserves, land councils, chiefs are related to somebody that works for the plan office. So there's a lot of nepotism there. And we need sober leadership. We have to get rid of the alcohol on the reserves. We need to have sober leadership. We need healthy communities, healthy families. That's where we have to start.